With the men in uniform under constant pressure and scrutiny over their conduct on protesters, most recently during the anti-government demonstrations, pressure continues to mount on the police force. Coming under fire this time round being the Internal Affairs Unit within the National Police Service. Busia Senator Okiya Omtatah wants the unit to conduct investigations on the conduct of police during the anti-government demonstrations, insisting that the police contravened the constitution while lamenting over the brutality meted on protesters.
Unfortunately, and most unacceptably, the National Police Service has failed miserably in its hallowed duty of protecting and defending the rights and fundamental freedoms of these members of the public.
According to the first-time senator, at least 64 Kenyans were brutally killed, with 50 of them identified by their kins.
The police violence has killed at least 64 innocent people, of whom 50 have been positively identified, and 14 bullet-riddled bodies of males lying in various mortuaries remain unidentified, and has left hundreds with grave injuries. I demand that the Internal Affairs Unit conducts prompt and thorough investigations into the gross misconduct by the police, which resulted in the deaths and injuries.
However, in a turn of events, activist Hussein Khalid now says there are at least 51 unidentified bodies at the city mortuary, bodies that he claims could be of those who were abducted and killed during the protests.
From 25th of June, we confirmed that there are over 50, actually to be exact 51, unknown bodies that had been brought in. Up to this moment, those bodies are not known as to whom they belong to, and some of them were actually even recorded as shooting cases. We know that in the past we've had cases recorded as accident, but actually they were shooting cases. I think the case of Shakil is one such example.
With the tens of families unaware of their kin's whereabouts, Khalid alluded to the bodies possibly being those of missing persons, with at least 3 recorded as cases of shootings.
So of the 51 bodies that we are talking about, I can confirm that they are unknown. Not even one of them has been identified. Of course, in the recent past, the last 1 week or so, we had other unknown bodies also, but those ones were identified. So if you actually consider those that have been identified, we can say that there are easily around 60 or so bodies that were brought in here as unknown, but then we had a few that were identified, and those that remain up to now to be unknown are around 51. And this is our humble appeal, for the government, for everyone out there, to help us identify these bodies, so that if they met their death in one way or another related to the protest, then we can know and find out how best to work with families.
While slamming the use of police in civilian clothes to rain terror on Kenyans, Omtatah wants the Internal Affairs Unit to investigate their conduct and make its findings public within the next 21 days.
I have a legitimate expectation that the Internal Affairs Unit will conduct the investigation professionally without unreasonable delay and finalize the exercise within 21 days from the date of this letter.
Ian Keitani, K24 TV.